Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of Songeta News Network, which means it's the first time I'm going to be looking at random updates from the game and calling it Songeta News Network, so don't think too much into it. There's a couple things I want to talk about. I'm going to get into the Datacron Set 9 information in a second, but the biggest thing is, and I'm sure you've seen, because a lot of people can get to this faster than I can, or you might have seen, just looked on the forums yourself. We got this kit reveal for the Mark 6 Interceptor, and it's under Arena Character and Strategy. And I'll look at that briefly. I'm not going to review the whole kit, but more importantly, we got the full requirements list for Leviathan. And I just want to share some thoughts. So nothing is too surprising here. We got a couple R9s, which is steep. You know, the only other R9 requirement we have is Radis for the profundity, so it's not a huge surprise there, but we have two of them. Thank goodness that they're great characters. I love Revan and Malik, especially since Malik is a tank. That should make him pretty nice. And Darth Revan, you know, I still love him, so he's not benefiting the most from R9, but you probably want him for that fleet anyway. R7 Sith Trooper, Sith Empire Trooper, R7 Darth Maul, HK, Bastila Shan. This is light side Bastila Shan, which kind of surprised me and it's a little disappointing. But with Datacron Set 9, I'm actually okay with it now. I already have Bastila Shan Fallen at R7, so I'm going to look at my progress on these in a sec. R5 Sith Assassin, I hope you didn't gear it up too much. That's a pretty reasonable gear requirement for one of the crap characters. Nothing too bad there for the characters in R5, Sortie. Sortie's great, I've had her there for a while. The only ones I have ready already are Sith Trooper, Sortie, and yeah, that's it. I gotta work on everyone else. And for the ships, we got Fury Class Interceptor, we knew that. You got to slam dunk Conquest for 3 months to get that. Mark 6 Interceptor, that's the new ship. TIE Dagger, the most recent Galactic Change, Sith Marauder ship, Darth Maul ship, Sith Assassin ship, and the Ebon Hawk. So not too bad on the ships. A lot of people have these farmed already, so that's not a big deal. And just gotta add some more relics on these characters. I'm actually the most disappointed by HK47. He doesn't really have as much of a place anymore since Malgus leads the Sith Empire team, and you want all Sith there. He doesn't really, I don't like him under Afra, I don't really like him with Sortie. He doesn't really have much of a place, which is unfortunate. Bastila Shan's going to have a nice place for at least 4 months, because she has a level 9 Datacron ability, and it's pretty great. Sith Empire Trooper, you know, could be worse. I have him at R5. He's a decent tank, it's a pre-tank, but nothing too much to complain about. Darth Maul, I don't know how important his ship's going to be, but you don't really like him at R7. But yeah, not too bad. This ship is pretty interesting. It has a lot of B1 elements to it, where it has no health. Its max health is set to 1. It has no protection. So you're going to be thinking like a B1 there, and it doesn't start with a ton of stacks. It gains stacks over time, kind of like B1, but it gets a lot. It doesn't start out with 100. It gains stacks from reinforcing, and the way I read this is when you enter the battle, you gain 5 stacks of Devouring Swarm for each other reinforced ship already, unless the capital ship is Sith Empire. So they're really limiting its applicability outside the Sith Empire fleet, which makes sense. But if it's with Sith Empire, you'll get 30 stacks per previous reinforcement. To me, this screams that you're going to want, this is going to be better on offense. And I don't know what the reinforcement priority is going to be for it, but it needs to come out late. So this looks like it's going to be an important ship to the fleet. And if the AI plays it poorly, it could be pretty easy to take out on defense, the whole fleet, I mean. Because on its basic, if you have over 40 stacks of that Devouring Swarm, you defeat the target enemy. So you just need 40 to spend. So the way I read it is you need to have 2 ships have come in prior to it. So if you can get to your 3rd reinforcement, you'll just get an insta-kill, which is pretty crazy. It's got all the other kind of stuff that happens with the Devouring Swarm, but I'm not going to dive too much into it, because basically you really just want that insta-kill on the basic, and if you can get it out late enough in the reinforcements, it's going to be amazing. And just taking a quick peek at my roster, what my preparedness is for this Leviathan, I think I'm looking pretty good. I mean, all these are at least Gear 13. I pretty much only need signal data. I have all the relic materials. I have the R9 stuff. So let's just click on Malik. I just scrapped enough of the higher end stuff. I have 40 of the impulse detectors. I also have 40 of the keypads scrapped as well, and I got just enough Zen Biddles. I just need a lot of signal data. I speculate that it'll be like we'll have at least 3 weeks to get it, because we got about a week until Conquest starts, and we need that to end so you have that Fury class Interceptor to be able to unlock Leviathan. So all we have guaranteed is 3 weeks. I saw something floating out there that it was delayed, but I don't know how reliable that is. Actually, no, that's a complete fabrication. We had this troll post from someone made this hoax that was shared in my Discord server. It said, during the test of Leviathan, we uncovered an issue with the interaction between Fury Class Interceptor, Stable Bulwark ability, and Red 5's Trust Your Feelings ability. More details in the road ahead. So that's what I'd say, and that is just a complete joke. But, you know, it looked kind of official, so that would have been weird. I thought it was just another Tuscan Meathead troll about Red 5, but no. I think we only have 3 weeks to work with. Hopefully they give a little bit extra, because I'm going to be pressed for signal data. But I'm honestly probably in a better position than most people. Most people, it's going to be really tough to get 2 R9 in a short period of time, unless you had tons of this Gear 12 gear ordered up. I had started hitting just this one node with the furnaces for a while, and I had like 500 some, and I needed 33 to get to this point. Now I'm down to 145 of them, less than the others. So I'm going to keep hitting that node for the next Galactic Chase and see how that comes out. But yeah, it is going to be tough to get a couple R9 for most people. In other news, we also got Datacron Set 9 information coming out. For newer players, this isn't as much of a concern because you're not using a lot of Datacrons. But for later game players, mid-game players, this is very interesting stuff. It's super interesting to me. I love when I see new Datacron information come out. The wheels start turning. I'm still going to do my good, bad, ugly video once I think it out more. But just initial impressions, this is the best set of stats we have ever had on a Datacron set. Like, seriously, it is incredible. It has every best stat minus dodge, which is good because we do not want dodge. It seemed like we would have dodge because accuracy was in set 8, but no dodge. So I am very happy with that. We have defense percentage with the same high 100% threshold for level 7 and 8 ability. Just offense, crit damage, max protection, max health, and Hell Steal. The worst one there is Hell Steal. That's the only one you could be disappointed in seeing. This is close to set 6 stats. These top 5 are in set 6, but in set 6, instead of Hell Steal, they have crit chance and crit avoidance, and crit chance is horrible, so that's a complete loss to get. So this is the best we've seen with the least garbage stats we've ever seen. It's going to be incredible. You're basically just going to want to level stuff up to level 8. Don't worry about level 6 rerolls or level 9s. Just worry about level 3 rerolls, and then whatever stats you get, you can make use of them. The level 3, this one is busted, completely busted. At the start of the encounter, 0, I assume this means either dark side or light side. They both have the same thing. At the start of the encounter, light side allies or dark side allies gain 15% max health and max protection for each other ally. In 5v5, that is extremely broken. That's 60% max health and protection for everyone if you have a full single alignment squad. What? And 3v3, it's going to be worse. It's going to be 30%, but that's 30. If it started at 30%, I think that's busted. So in 3v3, it's merely busted. In 5v5, it's broken. So I'm going to say you need to just get as many of those as you can. And I'll talk about the rest of them in my review later. The factions are Sith, Old Republic, and Night Sister. We got a lot of repeat abilities like Retribution for 3 turns is back. Revive Prevention is back. There's and some other new stuff. It's like kind of the same structure as before. There's like unique ones. There might be 2 unique ones per faction, 1 or 2, and then there's like 5 that are common across all 3. And for characters, we got a variety. I mean, it's kind of like, it's weird that they share this in this form. It's like kind of informal. Last time I looked at this, it said Maul. It says Darth Maul now, so I think maybe he went in and changed it. Yeah, he edited it because it said Maul at first. It said Maul. which I figured it was Darth Maul, but yeah. Yeah, a lot of the what is it, Leviathan Reqs in this. We got Bastila Shan. This is one amazing. This is the only one I'm going to highlight. And Bastila Shan, it just gives her leadership ability to Old Republic allies, which is the 200% protection up, 50% turn meter, tank allies taunt, and then plus 150% tenacity and deal 35% more damage. So that's just her leadership. So if you run her under Jedi Knight Revan with the super level 3, with a lot of defense, health, or protection, it's going to be an insanely durable team. So I'm excited about that one. And then we also got Night Sister stuff, which pretty much almost every Night Sister has a level 9. But yeah, really interesting Datacron set, just my initial thoughts. I think it's really strong. I actually really like sets like this where the stats are really great and there aren't too many. You really need level 6 abilities or level 9 abilities. You can just level whatever up and get good value out of it, which removes most of the RNG from it. And yeah, whales are going to be able to manipulate this and get all defense, get 400% defense. But I am really looking forward to this set. It's just, I don't know, I'm very excited. Now in more personal news, but I still think it's worth sharing. For Grand Arena, I've gone 5-1 the first 2 weeks, so I'm at a higher ranking than I usually am. So I'm at 136, which means there's all kinds of crazy opponents I'm going to come across. One being my first opponent is going to be, they're in Paw Patrol, I think it's the 25th largest account, again, 12.85 million, and not a single character under R7. I've faced 1 or 2 accounts like this before, but it's pretty terrifying. So that's one thing. But what I really wanted to point out in my bracket is I am once again in the same bracket with AhnaldT101, which I would love to face him again. I faced him in 3v3 back in January. He wasn't able to participate because he had a planned anniversary event with his wife, which some people, I really didn't like this. A lot of people were leaving comments like, oh, he's scared, he doesn't want to play. It was completely ridiculous. If anyone says that, I'm not going to be very happy about it. So please don't say anything like that. Don't heckle him. Don't heckle him on his channel. It's a real thing. People have their lives, and I'm glad he took the time away to spend with his wife. That being said, there's not a guarantee we'd even face. I've reached out to him. I do have a line of communication with him now, thankfully. Last time I didn't. So maybe we can work something out. The only way we can guarantee facing each other is if we both lost our first 2 matches, then we would have to match in that complete loser bowl. I don't know, that might happen to me anyway, because I'm facing that 12.1 million, or almost 13 million account. This guy's 11.6, this guy's 12.6, it's kind of crazy. 10.5, oh, small change. That's closer to me, 10.7. So there's some in there that are closer to me, but I'd hope we match up. And last time we talked about if we did match up, we'd do a no Datacron match, so I'd be open to that too. I think it'd be cool. I haven't heard back from him yet, but I probably will at some point, and I don't know, maybe we can try to target and make it work. I don't like trying to throw on purpose, but I might just lose anyway, so we'll see. I'd really be looking forward to that happening. Another thing I wanted to point out that's kind of weird, I don't really share tons of personal information, but the last time I matched up with Arnold, it was his wedding anniversary, and my wedding anniversary is actually June 12th, which would be the last day of this Grand Arena round, so maybe it's meant to be. I don't know, that'd be crazy. Unfortunately, my internet bandwidth currently is not good enough to handle live streaming, so I wouldn't be doing that. Even the day before, the day of my anniversary, we were very busy with a lot of stuff, so I wouldn't be able to then, but even the day before, I don't have the bandwidth. However, we are closing on a house, and I'll be moving to an area where I can get better internet, so hopefully live streams are on the table in the future, near future. I'd love to do that. I don't know how it works. I'd have to figure all that out. But yeah, just kind of an odd coincidence. Last time we were in the same bracket, he had an anniversary. This time, I have an anniversary. I don't know what to make of that. Maybe it's some kind of cosmic sign. Who knows? That's all, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you want to hear me cover news and updates more often when I can. I'm not always the fastest to it, but I'd love to hear from you if you like hearing my thoughts. Anyway, don't forget to like if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you guys later.